It's very important to track your visitors so you can earn more money, but tracking can be really a big hell, but not with Pixel Your Shop. In this tutorial I want to show you how you can set up your Shopware 6 tracking with Pixel Your Shop and connect it to Google Analytics and Facebook. Have fun! Welcome ladies and gentlemen, my name is Alexander Barton from your favorite Shopware agency, Shop Studio. And maybe you have noticed something in the background. You know, things are going well in our agency. We get a lot of clients, a lot of projects, and I've been thinking that maybe we needed an upgrade. Thus, we bought a new office above the clouds, even higher than the Shopware clouds. But it doesn't matter, I still want to show you how you can connect Pixel Your Shop to Facebook and Google Analytics, but with a better background. Alright, let's start with a tutorial. As you can see, Pixel Your Shop is a Shopware 6 plugin and it's a bought one. Thus you can decide if you want to buy it or if you want to rent it, including a trial month. In my case, I have already added it to the shopping cart and bought it, of course. As always, we start our journey from the Shopware 6 administration dashboard. The first thing you've always to do with new plugins is, of course, that you go to the extensions, then to My Extensions, and you need to install the plugin and activate it. Afterwards, you need to go to the storefront sales channel. Maybe you have noticed on the top that you can see a new tab, and it's called Pixel Your Shop. The good thing about Pixel Your Shop is that you have multiple pixels already provided. This means you can decide to activate Google G Tag or for Google Analytics, for example, or Google Ads. You can activate Google Tag Manager, Facebook, Microsoft Advertising, Hotjar and Pinterest. But there's one more nice thing about Pixel Your Shop. It's not just a basic tracking code. This would be too simple. The nice thing about Pixel Your Shop is that it includes almost all events for Facebook, Google, and as you can see, most of the events contain the complete data set. For example, if you look at the Add to Cart event, you have a currency, you have different line items, the product line items, including the ID, the name, the price, the currency, quantity, brand category, and more. This is the same for every other event. For example, let's say the search event. You can see all the search data. In this case, it's just the search term. For example, the view product list, if you're visiting like a product listing page, for example, a category. The same holds for any other pixel. For Facebook, you can see Add to Cart with a complete data set. And this is really nice because in my experience, most of the plugins just come with like a basic set, maybe only the tracking. If I think about, for example, the default integration of Shopware. This is the Google Analytics. You just track some basic data and that's all. And here it's much more complete. And there is one more benefit using Pixel Your Shop. Here you can see like a default tracking code, but it's also possible to override it. If you, for example, toggle use custom code here, you can change the code template, maybe if you have special requirements, for example, and then you can change, the parameter, the key names, and maybe I just don't want to use, let's say currency. In my case, it's called somehow my currency. I can override it, save, and it gets applied in the storefront. All right, enough benefits. Let's connect Pixel Your Shop to Google Analytics and Facebook. Let's start with the Google Analytics integration. Here we use the Pixel Google G Tag. We just have to activate this opt-in. Then we need to find out the Google Analytics tracking ID. I have already prepared the tab for it. Here we're using Google Analytics 4. We just go to the admin. Now we need to go to data streams. We click on the data stream. If you haven't created one, you can add one here. And we need to copy this measurement ID. I copy it, go back to my Shopware administration. I paste the measurement ID. And that's all, at least for the opt-in. Now you can enable the events. Thus, we go through each event and click on the checkbox. I have activated all the events for Google G Tag. Now I click Save and I do the same thing for Facebook. We first check the opt-in checkbox and now we need to find the Facebook Pixel ID. I've already prepared a tab for it. I click on the tab. Now we need to go to the data sources to the pixel and select the correct one. And here you can see the pixel ID. You can just click on it to copy it to the clipboard. Now I go back to Shopware administration and paste it. Afterwards, we need to do the same thing as for Google Analytics. We need to activate all the events. We click on Save. Now we go to the storefront to check the result. The first thing we need to do is to allow the cookie consent for the Facebook and Google Analytics integration. We click here on Configure. Now you can see the marketing. We can either check only this checkbox here, or we can choose to check the specific items. But I check everything. I click on Save. The question now is, how can we see if everything is correct? There's another nice feature which comes with Pixel Your Shop. If we go back to the administration, now we go to the extension, My Extensions. We can go to the plugin configuration. We click here. And now, if we scroll down, we can see this debug section. And there's an option to enable Pixel Event Debug in JavaScript console. We activate this feature, we click on Save. Now if we go back to our storefront, we can now open the browser console. And here you can see a complete log of all activities. You can see the input data for the events and for the pixel. You can see the compiled script. You can basically see everything related and which is important for the plugin. And for example, we can see here that we have compiled the Google Analytics opt-in code successfully, but we are already connected. And if we go to the Google Analytics real-time dashboard, we can see now that there's one visitor from our lovely Germany, from Hamburg. Okay, so the basic integration is working. This is nothing special. Now, if I go back to the storefront, I can click through some pages and maybe add a product to the cart, and let's see how it behaves in Google Analytics. I go now to clothing. Here you can see that a new event has triggered for Facebook and for Google Analytics, the view item list event. We add it to the shopping cart. We have added it, and here again, a new add to cart event has appeared. As you can see, the first event has appeared, and it's the add to cart event. The view item list is somehow missing. Maybe it hasn't been processed yet. This was the first part. Now we go to the second part, to Facebook. We have already triggered some events. This means maybe we are able to see the Facebook events in Facebook directly. And here we need to go to the event manager. We don't see any events now because we need to enable the test mode for Facebook. But we go to test events. Now we need to enter the website URL. We just copy the URL from the storefront channel, paste it, and now we open the website. Now we are in the test mode. We are seeing that the first event has appeared. And now we can click again through the storefront. Now we go to clothing. We go to the product. We add it to the cart. And let's say the last step, we go to the checkout. Let's see if the events are arriving. Perfect. We can see here the page views. We can see the view product list event, view content, the page view, Pixel Your Shop click product. This is like a custom event. Here the same. And add to cart and page view again. This makes sense. That's all for the tutorial. You are now connected to Google Analytics and Facebook and can collect new data and maybe build some new cool dashboards or funnels or KPIs or statistics. As always, do not forget to subscribe to the channel or leave a comment or review below, and we see us in the next tutorial. Bye!